Boeing introduced the 777X as the most advanced and powerful twin-engine jet ever made. It was supposed to change the future of air travel, offering more seats, better fuel savings, and amazing new features like folding wingtips. Big airlines like Emirates and Qatar were excited and placed huge orders. But things didn't go as planned. Instead of flying high, the 777X faced serious delays, technical problems, and safety issues. What was once seen as a game changer has now become a symbol of broken promises, leaving airlines and passengers still waiting for results after many years. Before we dive into video, please subscribe our channel. When Boeing first announced the 777X, it was more than just a new aircraft. It was a bold answer to Airbus and its A350. Boeing promised that the 777X would be larger, stronger, and more fuel efficient than anything else in the sky. It would have the world's biggest jet engines, a longer wingspan with folding tips, and a comfortable, high-tech cabin. These features were designed to outperform the A350 in every way. At the 2013 Dubai Air Show, Boeing officially revealed the 777X, and airlines rushed in. In a short time, Boeing secured nearly $100 billion in orders from major carriers like Emirates, Lufthansa, and Qatar Airways. The aviation world believed this jet would dominate long-haul travel for decades. It was expected to carry over 400 passengers and fly further than any previous model. Boeing was confident that the 777X would not only compete with Airbus, it would completely crush the competition. But that dream didn't last long. As soon as Boeing launched the 777X, some of the world's biggest airlines rushed to invest. Emirates, Qatar Airways, and Lufthansa placed massive orders worth billions of dollars. These airlines believed the 777X would be the perfect solution to replace their aging long-haul fleets. They planned their future schedules, passenger capacity, and even routes around this new aircraft. Emirates alone ordered over 100 jets, showing full trust in Boeing's promise. Airlines expected the first deliveries by 2020, and they built their fleet plans around that timeline. But when delays began, these plans started to fall apart. The longer Boeing took, the more pressure these airlines faced. They had to keep old planes flying, costing more money and causing operational problems. What began as smart business decisions quickly turned into financial headaches. The airlines felt stuck, tied to an aircraft that still wasn't ready. For many, what was once a winning move now feels like a risky gamble. The 777X program faced serious technical problems soon after development began. In 2019, during a test flight, engineers discovered issues with the powerful GE9X engines. The engine's high-pressure compressor had defects that caused overheating and faster wear, forcing a complete redesign. Around the same time, a major safety test went wrong. During a stress test meant to check the aircraft's strength, a cargo door blew off the fuselage, raising concerns about the jet's structural safety. Later, in 2022, one engine overheated during a test flight and had to be shut down mid-air. Then, in 2024, Boeing found cracks in parts called thrust links, which transfer engine power to the plane's body. These cracks grounded all test aircraft. Each new problem pushed the 777X further behind schedule. Instead of becoming a symbol of modern aviation, the aircraft became known for breakdowns, failed tests, and safety doubts. What was designed to lead the future had become trapped in constant repairs and engineering troubles. After the 737 MAX disasters, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, became much stricter with Boeing. The trust between them had been damaged, and the FAA refused to approve any new aircraft without full safety proof. When Boeing tried to move forward with the 777X, the FAA pushed back. In 2021, the aircraft failed a test flight by suddenly changing direction without pilot input, called an uncommanded pitch. This was a serious safety risk. The FAA then announced it would not certify the 777X until all issues were fixed. This delayed the plane's entry into service by years. Boeing had no choice but to make major changes and repeat tests. The FAA demanded more proof, more testing, and more transparency. Airlines were frustrated, but regulators would not compromise on safety. As delays increased, people began to wonder if Boeing could deliver a safe aircraft at all. The long battle with the FAA became one of the biggest reasons behind the 777X slow progress. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic hit the aviation industry hard. Flights were canceled, airports were empty, and airlines lost billions. For Boeing, the impact was huge. Many airlines delayed or canceled their aircraft orders, including those for the 777X. Demand for new planes dropped sharply. Boeing had to slow down production, cut costs, and change priorities. While the pandemic wasn't Boeing's fault, it added more pressure to an already delayed project. The company couldn't afford to move quickly on the 777X, while airlines were struggling just to survive. This slowdown caused further delays in testing, development, and deliveries. On top of technical issues, Boeing now faced a financial and operational crisis. The 777X program, once full of energy and promise, came to a near standstill. The pandemic exposed how fragile the plan really was, and how quickly a global event could shake the entire foundation. For Boeing, COVID didn't start the problems, but it made everything worse. Behind the delays and technical problems, Boeing was facing something deeper, a broken internal culture. In 2024, whistleblowers came forward, revealing a toxic work environment. They claimed that Boeing was more focused on profits than safety. Some engineers said their warnings about design and quality issues were ignored or silenced. At the same time, over 33,000 Boeing workers went on strike after rejecting a contract offer. The strike lasted for weeks and cost the company billions. Production stopped completely, making the 777X delays even worse. These events showed that Boeing's problems weren't just mechanical. They were also about leadership, priorities, and trust. Employees felt unheard, and the public started doubting the company's values. The combination of ignored safety concerns, poor working conditions, and a major labor strike damaged Boeing's reputation further. What was once one of the most respected names in aviation now looked like a company in deep crisis. From the inside out. As delays with the 777X continued, airlines couldn't wait forever. Many had planned their future fleets around this aircraft, but with each passing year, their trust in Boeing weakened. Emirates, Lufthansa, Cathay Pacific, and Qatar Airways began exploring other options. Airbus, Boeing's main rival, stepped in with the A350, a modern, fuel-efficient jet that was already flying successfully. Airlines started switching their orders to the A350 because it was reliable, available, and proven in performance. Cathay Pacific ordered 30 A350s with an option for 30 more. Other airlines followed quietly, not with anger, but with action. Boeing's delays were Airbus's gain. While Boeing struggled with testing and fixes, Airbus delivered jets smoothly. The A350 slowly became the new leader in long-haul aircraft. Airlines couldn't afford to wait any longer, and Boeing's inability to deliver pushed them away. In this silent battle, Airbus didn't need big headlines. It just needed to show up on time. And it did. While the 777X faced delay after delay, something else was happening behind the scenes. Boeing was quietly shifting its focus. Instead of speeding up the 777X, the company started putting more energy into the 737 MAX program. Why? Because the 737 MAX has over 1,100 unfilled orders, compared to only 500 for the 777X. Smaller planes like the MAX are in higher demand, cheaper to build, and quicker to sell. With Airbus gaining ground in the single-aisle market through its A320neo and A321XLR, Boeing saw the need to protect its most profitable line. Many experts now believe Boeing is slowing down the 777X on purpose to focus on the 737 MAX. Resources, testing, and attention are going to the MAX series. This shift may help Boeing stay in business short-term, but it also means the 777X could fall further behind. By choosing quantity over innovation, Boeing risks letting a once revolutionary aircraft fade into the background. After years of delays, failures, and setbacks, Boeing has now promised that the 777X will finally be delivered in 2026. But for many, this isn't just another date. It's the company's last real chance. If Boeing can't deliver a safe, certified aircraft by then, it could lose the trust of airlines, investors, and the aviation world forever. Billions of dollars have already been spent, and patience is running out. Airlines are tired of waiting. Airbus has already taken the lead, and Boeing's window to catch up is closing fast. The 777X was meant to be the future, but now it feels like a gamble. If Boeing succeeds, it may still prove itself as a leader in long-haul travel. But if more problems appear, or certification is delayed again, the program could collapse completely. The world is watching, and for Boeing, 2026 isn't just a deadline. It's do or die.